Do you own a micro, small or medium-sized enterprise, MSME? Need assistance to grow your business? Why not visit or call the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce? They offer a wide range of services. After all, they are the business ministry. Stick around for the details coming up in the show. Plus, how customer service delivery is being improved within the public sector. First, the latest news of the day after this message.
Water is precious. So we encourage everyone to practice the 4 R's of water conservation. Always remember to reduce your use of water wherever possible. Replace water wasting devices with water savings devices. Reuse water wherever possible. And wherever leaks are found, please repair them and repair them quickly.
Don't delay. Practice the 4 R's of water conservation today.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, April 11, 2024. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF has rolled out its Beat Officer Patrol Division, BOPD, within the Kingston and St. Andrew Metropolitan Region, with plans for expansion into other urban centers across the country in the near future. The division, which falls under the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, PSTEB, is expected to further bolster public safety by strengthening community policing efforts. The disclosure was made by Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake during the JCF's digital press briefing on Tuesday.
The BOPD embodies our commitment to proactive, community-oriented policing. It is strategically designed to ensure a visible, proactive police presence across key areas of the island, particularly our urban centers. Our aim is to deter criminal activities through high visibility and reassurance, while ensuring effective traffic management for the smooth flow of vehicles and pedestrians alike.
The government has allocated $509 million for 2 major water projects to correct structural issues in the western end of the island. $300 million is to extend the National Non-Revenue Water Program, which began with a pilot in Kingston and Portmore. In making the announcement, Minister with Responsibility for Water, Matthew Samuda, says the project involves changing pipes that are as old as 80 years old.
The non-revenue water exercise does increase storage in elevation, in areas of high elevation. It does have main replacement. It does install pressure monitors, and it does put in new measures at the household level by way of your meters, digital meters. So it changes the entire network, and it does digitize the network, and we're better able to manage your supply.
The second project is the $209 million Western Water Resilience Strategy that looks at development required from Trelawney to Savannah Lamar in Westmoreland. For this, the minister says, there are 2 components, running a line from Martha Brae to Montego Bay and another from Racees to Negril. This is expected to add significantly to the resilience of water supply in the western end of the island. Meanwhile, members of parliament are to each distribute 100 water tanks within their constituencies on a needs basis. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, says the MPs will be given data to help determine the areas of need. He explains that the metrics of the utility footprint and the NWC's map of municipal water systems will be used to gather information, which will be delivered to Parliament at the appropriate time. Minister Samuda stresses that the government will be targeting both urban and rural areas not served by the National Water Commission and those with degraded water infrastructure. He reveals that while the budget is available, the housing boom has caused a high demand for water tanks, which is affecting availability.
We've ensured that we're approaching it in such a way that those who are most in need and most vulnerable and most water insecure get first. 10,000 won't deal with everyone. We expect that 50,000 should make a significant dent because, as you would know, new developments are indeed required to put in place water storage. So what we're doing is correcting a legacy issue.
The minister was addressing this week's post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security will be introducing a range of strategies to help boost the overseas work program. These include building the capacity and employability skills of workers through human resource development and training. Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr. gave the update during this Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives.
And we have discussed it several times, and we got the support of colleagues on the other side in terms of introducing tools that will allow for us to have best fit and suitability for persons to also be better informed of what they're going to in terms of work.
He says the ministry will be collaborating with the Heart Nsta Trust to prepare persons for work through employment readiness training.
We are pursuing the Memorandum of Understanding with Heart with the perspective that those persons who do not make it to Canada or to the USA, but have an interest and have the competence, they will be able to say, all right, if it is the lack of ability to read that made you not eligible, then let us put you in a reading program. If it is the lack of understanding of farming that made you ineligible, let us help you with that.
And finally, students at Kingston High School have been better equipped to explore their musical talents and passions, thanks to a donation of instruments by the Ministry of National Security. The items, which were supplied through the ministry's Music, Sports and Technology (MST) initiative, are worth more than $1 million. The donation consists of keyboards, acoustic and bass guitars, amplifiers, a mixer board, microphones and stands, drums and percussion instruments. During the recent handing over ceremony, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang encouraged the students to use the instruments not just for expression, but also for personal growth and development.
Music, sports, and technology is a way to really reach our young people. You can serve as beacons guiding you toward your aspiration, shaping your journey ahead. This is why we give it to you. And I said, we hope to do other things. I want to see the opportunities that these resources can afford you.
Acting Vice Principal of Kingston High School, Sashana Gordon, praised the ministry for the donation, which she said would help nurture the next generation of musicians.
Whether it's a set of instruments, sheet music, or audio equipment, each contribution contributes to the enrichment of our educational experience. Together, we will continue to create a vibrant and enriching environment where every student can thrive.
The Ministry of National Security's Music, Sports and Technology initiative forms part of its anti-violence campaign, which involves promoting community engagement to disrupt criminal activities. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the renewed Heart Nsta Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Let's hear how the government service excellence policy is improving service delivery within the public sector. We zoom in on the Ministry of Finance.
Individuals tend to complain about customer service in Jamaica, especially in the government. As a result of this, in 2022, the government of Jamaica launched the Service Excellence Policy to improve service delivery within the public sector and ensure customer satisfaction. The policy outlines important values and minimal requirements for all government organizations, and it also explains how service excellence will be institutionalized across all ministries, departments, and agencies. But what does it mean to improve service delivery? Hi, I'm Shaquille Rochester Shorter, and welcome to Finance Matters. Joining us today to talk about the ministry's improved customer service delivery is the Director of Customer Service at the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, Mr. Rory Stennett. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow the Ministry of Finance on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and now TikTok to see all the episodes and highlights. Mr. Stennett, thank you for coming on our program today.
Thank you for having me.
What does it mean for the Ministry of Finance to improve service delivery?
All right, so improving service delivery as a government entity is very different from private sector and others.
Okay.
When you need services from the government, there is no one else that you can go to. And that's the benefit now to saying we need to make the citizens' experience better. Citizens generally say, oh, government takes too long. It's a thing not only here, but all over the globe.
Okay.
So improving service delivery means, how do we make life easier for citizens? How do we contract the time it takes, meaning tighten the time it takes for things to be turned around?
Okay.
How do we improve our responsiveness? How do we ensure that there's always high quality that first time someone wants something?
I hear you keep mentioning government, and we are the government.
Sure.
But tell us about the investment in service delivery.
So I'll have to go macro and then micro, right?
Okay.
So from the outset, you mentioned up top, there is a policy now instituted across government to improve service delivery. It's looking at measurement aspects, so how quickly do we turn things around, to quality aspects. At the Ministry of Finance, we have over 60 services that we deliver to our customers, whether citizens, businesses, other government agencies. So let's take pensions, for example.
Okay.
Improving service delivery there operates on different levels. One level is, when you call, do you get someone to talk to? And we've invested significantly in that experience. When you email, does it just get lost? Or is it cataloged? Someone is assigned to it, someone manages it to completion. Do you have a set of standards that you're held to? All of that is a part of our investment at the Ministry of Finance, and that's just one service.
Okay.
We have services that citizens abroad require. So if you are going to have a change of status and you're abroad, you need to have a specific letter that comes only from the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service.
Okay.
We have improved it now, where you have a lot more certainty. Before, it was a nebulous. You submitted something, you don't know what happened. Now we know where it is. Better tracking, better organization, so we can have a better, faster turnaround time. That's what it means when we say we're investing in that service experience.
Tell us more about the standard. I know there's a service charter.
That's right. We launched a citizens charter. It is a set of rules and standards that we want citizens to hold us accountable to. So it says, for example, that when you call us, this is how long it takes to get through. When you email us or send us a letter, this is what you should expect.
Okay.
And if you're not getting the standards we promise, you get to hold us accountable, because we are accountable to citizens. We're accountable to our customers. So if, for example, you're expecting a certain response from the scholarships team because you applied for a scholarship, you have every right to call us and say what's going on. And there's a team assigned to manage that complaint. If you are another government entity and you've submitted a budget proposal, you're supposed to get a response.
Yes.
It's a part of the services that we have. So we ensure that you are getting what you are supposed to get, and we published what those standards should be. Please hold us accountable.
How long should I be on hold if I call the Ministry of Finance?
Okay, you should get through within 30 seconds. That is our standard.
Okay.
We've instituted a brand new telephone system for our 5 highest volume teams in terms of the number of calls they receive to get there. Now we just put it in place. It's going to take us a little bit to get there and, increase staffing, increase training, but we've made the investment in the technology and we're making the investment in the people so that we can deliver those faster response times.
I hear talking about some of the initiatives being implemented at the ministry. Are there more initiatives to ensure service guaranteed to our customers?
So much more. Now, remember I said we have over 60 services that we deliver. Each of these undergo what's called service reviews at regular intervals. It's where we bring in a select group of customers to say, this is what we're doing. Help us know if we're on the right track.
Okay.
More of our services are getting automated. More of them are going to be on our online platform, so you can access them for yourself.
Okay, nice.
Public sector workers, for example, are now able to go onto the ministry's website, go onto our platform, and request assistance, not just, mental health type services from our teams. So you can start there. These are things available to the public today. because we've
Nice.
invested in service delivery.
And that's at our forefront at the ministry because we're driven by service excellence, Mr. Stennett.
That's right.
But before we go, I want you to tell our viewers 3 things that they should remember about service delivery at the Ministry of Finance.
Sure. So number 1, we have a new citizens charter that customers can use to hold us accountable.
Okay.
It is your guide to see this is what you should get. Now, it's a work in progress. I can't tell you that we're perfect, but we are going there. It's regular public servants like you and me. We're trying to get these services delivered, and we are dedicated to saying to customers, this is what you can expect.
Yes.
Number 2, we will continue to invest in the citizen experience, the taxpayer experience, which means you can expect that we're going to keep putting money in where our mouth is.
Okay.
We're going to recognize and train staff. We're doing very well when it comes to that. And we want the public to be aware that if you think someone is doing a good job, tell us.
Yes.
Because that's the behavior we can highlight to change the culture. And number 3, it is important for citizens to take away, or taxpayers or businesses to take away, that we are open for business at the ministry. It is tempting to think we're just about taxes or just about the budget,
Yes.
but there is so much there. So when you look at what we have, from micro, small, medium enterprises, scholarship applicants looking to fulfill their dreams, the pensioner who's worked in public service all your life, to so many more, people with tax disputes, we do so much. So when you come to the ministry, just know that there is likely something for you.
Yes.
And we're happy to serve.
Yes. Well, Mr. Stennett, thank you for being on our program. All I can hear you saying is that the ministry is available to do business with the public.
That's right. We're here to serve. We're at their service.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Finance Matters. Remember to follow us on social media at MOF Jamaica and tune in next week as we continue to demystify the economic and fiscal policies and initiatives implemented by the government to empower Jamaicans as we chart a path to Jamaica's economic prosperity.
Are you protected? We're speaking about consumers and their access to information that is not only safe, but it's accurate and it can be trusted. We're talking about data protection, e-commerce, online banking, and online fraud. The question is whether or not you can trust it. You're thinking about identity theft. You're thinking about where your documents are stored and whether or not this can also impact you from a credit perspective. You are to get 1 free credit report each year. Do not waste that resource. Look at it, see how you can address whatever issues it might be pointing to, whether or not it is true, yea or nay. Ask questions and seek assistance whenever possible. Do not be afraid. Ask the questions. If you are unsure, sometimes we're doing something and we get a little gut feeling and you want to draw back. Do some more investigation to see whether or not this is something that you want to undertake, but whether or not it will affect you in a negative light.
Up next, a closer look at the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce and the facilitation of business. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce MIC supports several critical growth-inducing sectors spread across the island. Meet the visionaries behind the state's provision of an enabling environment where businesses grow, flourish and expand beyond our shores.
The ministry provides a range of services to support MSME growth and development in Jamaica. Some of these include capacity building services for MSMEs' access to traditional and non-traditional financing for business development, technical assistance, for MSMEs digitalization and digital transformation, support for entrepreneurship and business startups, business formalization services, and facilitation services for MSMEs participation in public procurement.
The Business Ministry's MSME division is committed to MSME growth and development.
The trade unit provides technical support and advice to local manufacturers and exporters in areas focusing on rules of origin, market access, as well as technical barriers to trade, which impact manufacturers accessing international and regional markets. Our services include advocacy for the business community, including local manufacturers and exporters, representation of issues affecting trade at both the international and the regional level. We also assist in developing policy positions at international negotiations and developing both defensive and offensive positions. Finally, we also do assist, or we do provide the private sector with technical advice in terms of providing assistance, policy recommendations or guidelines on issues impacting trade and how we can navigate to increase trade and increase exports.
The Business Ministry's trade unit is committed to increasing trade and growing exports.
The Commerce Division supports the competitiveness of Jamaican businesses through the following service offerings. We process applications to allow for the suspension of the common external tariff, which allows for the importation of raw materials and other manufacturing inputs duty-free. We also prepare certificates under the safeguard mechanism that enable the manufacturing sector to use inputs from non-CARICOM markets and still have their products qualify for duty-free access to the CARICOM region. We also provide trade information to CARICOM on the ability of local companies to supply goods to the region. Additionally, we process applications from entities to remove limited from the names of companies in keeping with Section 16 of the Companies Act.
The Business Ministry's Commerce Division is committed to enabling business success.
The Investment Division facilitates both foreign and local direct investments by improving the business environment through laws, regulations, incentives, and international agreements and treaties.
The Business Ministry's Investment Division is committed to increasing investments in Jamaica.
The division is responsible for implementing certifiable quality management systems in ministries, departments, and agencies with a particular focus on ISO 9001.
The Business Ministry's ISO Quality Division is committed to a culture of quality and promoting quality management systems across the public and private sectors.
In the Industry Division, we offer two key services to support local manufacturing and other businesses. We process applications for the Productive Inputs Relief Incentive for Manufacturing, and this offers duty-free entry of your raw materials, capital equipment, intermediate goods, and packaging materials to go into your production process. Permits in this regard are valid for up to 3 years. Secondly, we process applications for special permits for the export of restricted items under the Trade Scrap Metal regulations. The export of these restricted items, such as scrap copper or train tracks, is prohibited without the approval of the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Note that special permits are valid for one shipment only.
The Business Ministry's Industry Division is committed to manufacturing growth and sustaining industries. This is Jamaica's Business Ministry, driving the island's push towards First Nation status and the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Public passenger vehicle operators and commercial carriers, renew your road license online. It's as easy as 1-2 click. Visit the Transport Authority website at www.ta.org.jm. Choose your license type and click Apply Now. Sign in or create an account with your email address and complete the application process, uploading all relevant documents. Make payment using a debit or credit card. Once your application is approved, the Transport Authority will email you to collect your sticker. Pick up your sticker in office or utilize our courier service. Once the sticker is collected, your digital road license will be emailed to you. For more information, call the Transport Authority toll-free at 888-991-5687.
Shelby, I want you. I make it look like you have the whole world on your shoulders, Amasa.
Ashley, I'm tired. Every day the same thing and I can't take this no more.
And what happened now?
No, my boss man. Every day I have me assign some documents I'm not supposed to assign for with some big money. And when I say, sir, I'm not supposed to assign for them here, I'm going to say, you want a job or what?
But see, report him. You hear what I say, girl? Report him to your designated officer or the Complaints and Protected Disclosures Unit at the Integrity Commission. And guess what? Don't worry yourself. The information that you give will be kept confidential.
You sure?
Girl, me positive. Under the Protected Disclosures Act, you can make a report as an employee. And once it is made in good faith, then your boss really and truly can't do nothing about it. And if you don't want to call, you can make an anonymous complaint under the Integrity Commission Act of 2017 by simply downloading and sending in a report in proprietary form from the Commission's website. Just create one email address with no identity attached, so if they have follow-up questions, they can contact you. But sis, make sure that the report you bring is true and you don't have no bad intentions.
Okay, me I go do it.
If you or someone you know has experienced or observed matters involving corruption, improper conduct, or impropriety within the workplace, you're being encouraged to file a report with the Integrity Commission by calling their anti-corruption hotline at 876-926-0001 or emailing cpd@integrity.gov.jm. The Integrity Commission, united against corruption.
Once upon a time in a Caribbean island known for its rich culture and natural beauty, lived a group of people who were buried in piles and piles and more piles of paper. Papers spanning back to the start of time. Then came a bright idea, harnessing technology to work smarter and not harder. The government of Jamaica is improving its operations to serve citizens better. Many services are now available online, and there's more to come. The government of Jamaica, building a better public sector for all.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via X at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.